Natasha, you had Zachary buy me a car? Make sure to thank him.
Mom, let's talk later.
Okay, all right. I've checked the license plate number you sent. I'll go find it now. Let's talk later.
Doctor, I'm Derek's mother. Where's my son?
He got injured in a parking lot blast. He is in critical condition.
Parking lot? How could that be? His dad took him out. Where's his dad? Derek!
He has a cerebral hemorrhage. Immediate surgery is required, but Zachary, our director, is on leave today. No one else can perform this surgery except him.
Zachary? He's my husband and the child's biological father. But he said he was working as usual today. I'll call him right now.
Zachary, why didn't you bring Derek? I miss him.
The new kindergarten set up an international air show visit. I sent him there. He'll return in 3 days.
The elite kindergarten I found is good, right? It's run by my relatives, but the tuition is quite expensive. Over $300,000 annually. Thank you, Zachary.
Natasha, I have necrospermia. Derek is my only son. I'd spend any amount on him. If I had known you were carrying Derek, I would never have married Eleanor. But the problem is, when you found out about the pregnancy, I was already engaged to her.
It's been so long. Why haven't you divorced Eleanor and married me? Don't tell me you've fallen for her.
How could that be? It is only the remarriage she even brought along her ex-husband's son. You gave me a son. She can't compare to you. When Derek was born, I was competing for the director position. Divorce wasn't an option then. But now that things have stabilized, once I transfer all of Eleanor's assets out of her name, I'll divorce her and marry you.
Zachary, you're the best.
I've even booked next month's vacation flights. From now on, I'll take Derek abroad 3 times every year to broaden his horizons. I want to give him the best living environment. Hello?
Honey, our son was injured in a parking lot blast. Come to the hospital to operate on him. Honey, our son was injured in a parking lot blast. Come to the hospital to operate on him.
There are so many doctors at the hospital. Can't any of them perform the surgery? I'm on vacation. Can't you give me some personal space? Stop bothering me.
The one who got hurt is our son.
Your son got hurt. What does that have to do with me? Eleanor, you failed to keep an eye on your son? Don't make me clean up your mess, okay?
That vixen, she rushes to you the instant there's trouble. A parking lot blast and her son got injured in such an improbable event? It's karma. Thank goodness it wasn't Derek who got hurt.
Rest assured, I only have Derek as a son in my whole life. Even if the child Eleanor had with her ex-husband got blown up or died, I wouldn't care. I just booked the deluxe family package for Disneyland. When Derek comes home, we'll go together.
We can't wait for Director Lynn emergency treatment now.
Derek.
Move.
Derek. Derek. Doctor. Doctor, I beg you to save Derek.
We'll do our best. Besides him, no one else can perform this surgery.
It is only the remarriage your son got hurt. What does that have to do with me? You failed to keep an eye on your son. Don't make me clean up your mess.
Please save Derek. Deluxe family package of Zachary and his mistress.
I'll make up for every moment of happiness we lost.
You used my bank card to buy a diamond ring, and I thought it was a gift for me, never imagined it'd be engraved with the mistress's name. Derek is dying. Yet you're still spending my money for a family trip? Dream on.
The bank card has been removed? Eleanor. Eleanor, have you lost your mind? It's not like I killed your son. Why are you taking this out on me? Find the card now.
You kept mentioning your son. But Derek is the one who got hurt.
Stop talking nonsense. I personally took Derek to kindergarten. What? Still want me to go to the hospital to save your son? Find the card now. I need the money.
So vicious, how dare she curse Derek. It's karma that her son was the one who got blown up. When Derek returns, I'll bring him to her and let her see how intimate we are and make her jealous.
Hello? Is this Natasha? Your mom was injured in a parking lot blast. She needs emergency treatment. Please come to the hospital now.
My mom? How's my mom?
How could it be? Your mom got blown up too? I think I've seen similar news reports before. It said kids threw firecrackers into the sewer and caused the explosion.
It must be Eleanor's stupid son who blew up the parking lot, and it affected my mom. That brat should have died in that explosion.
There's no shortage of little brats around. Not every child is as well behaved as our son.
But if anything happens to my mom,
All right, Natasha. As the hospital director, you think I can't save your mom? I'll contact the hospital now and have them use the best imported equipment and medications.
Zachary, you're amazing.
All right, let's get ready and head over. Let's go.
Doctor, how is he?
He couldn't be saved. He's gone. I'm sorry, Mrs. Sue. If Director Lin had performed the surgery himself, he would have saved the child. It's a pity he wasn't here. It's a pity he wasn't here.
It seems like Eleanor's son didn't make it. He's dead.
It serves him right. How dare she curse Derek? Eleanor deserves to experience the pain of losing her son.
Let's go.
Doctor, I'm begging you to see him one last time. I need to say goodbye.
Eleanor. This child is definitely unexpected. It was Natasha. She got me drunk and seduced me. I genuinely don't have feelings for her, but you know I have necrospermia. This little one might be my one and only child in this lifetime, Eleanor. I'm begging you, let's take him in and raise him. I promise I'll never have any contact with Natasha again. All right?
Mom, have some candy.
Good boy, thank you, sweetie. You have some first. Hey, careful.
I haven't mastered it yet.
Try again.
Thank you, Mom.
Derek, though you weren't my biological child, I've always treated you as my own son. Now that you're gone, how would your dad react if he finds out?
You are Derek's mother, right? The one responsible for this accident has been clarified. She was just resuscitated. Do you want to see her? Let's go.
Zachary, how's my mom?
The surgery went perfectly smoothly.
Ms. Sue, surveillance shows someone threw cigarette butts into a sewer grate, igniting the explosion.
Zachary, thank goodness you came to operate on my mom timely even 1 minute later and she wouldn't have made it.
If it were anyone else, I wouldn't bother. But your mom is like my mom. When she's in trouble, even if I had urgent matters, I'd still come.
You're the best. Not only did you give your all and perform her surgery, but also covered her medical expenses. I truly don't know how I can ever repay you.
You gave me a son that is the greatest repayment. Don't worry. From now on, I'll visit her more often. I'll use the best imported medications to ensure she gets the best possible rehabilitation.
All right, Zachary. Thank goodness you didn't listen to that wretched Eleanor. If you'd gone to perform surgery on her child instead, my mom would be dead now.
It's okay, now Eleanor's son is the one who died. Our mom survived.
Exactly, it's like a double celebration.
The one responsible is Natasha's mom.
So it was you.
Mrs. Sue, please calm down.
My child was still so young. Now he's just gone.
Eleanor, what are you messing around with? Your son is dead. So what? Do you have to make such a fuss and be so unreasonable? Your son is dead, but you still have Derek. Just treat him as your own son, right?
What do you mean by that? Zachary, you are so heartless. That was our son. You abandoned our son and went to save the murderer instead. What were you thinking?
Stop being sarcastic. Even if she's the perpetrator as a doctor, my medical ethics would never allow me to stand by and watch any patient die. I know you're holding in grief over your son's death, right? But people must always move forward. Besides, Natasha's mother didn't do it on purpose. Sorry for loss anyway.
Right, Eleanor. Being acquaintances makes things easier. The only one got killed in the explosion was your son. Just sign the letter of understanding, your son's already gone. There's no need to send my mom to jail over it, right?
Letter of understanding? But do you realize the victim was your own son?
Shut up. It was clearly your son who died. Derek went to air show of the kindergarten. He couldn't possibly have been blown up.
What air show?
I transferred Derek to an elite kindergarten. Of course, you didn't know.
Zachary, she just lost her son and hasn't come to terms with it. I think she's mentally unstable now.
I can understand your love for your son. If it were Derek, even a scraped knee would break my heart, let alone being killed in an explosion. But the same words, people must move forward. You have to accept reality. This is the letter of understanding Natasha and I prepared. Sign it.
Zachary, Derek was the one who died. Yet you're focused on this letter? You don't love him, then let me seek justice for him.
Shut up! Shut up! Derek is my everything. Curse him again and I'll make you pay. How come I never realized that you're so vicious? What are you fussing about? You tore up the letter of understanding? Even if you killed Natasha's mom, would that bring your child back to life? Get a grip on yourself. The explosion has already happened. We can't let this situation cost 2 more lives.
If you refuse to sign the letter of understanding, I'll make Zachary divorce you.
Divorce then. What about you? You think the same way? Zachary, instead of protecting the victim, that is your own son. You are defending that murderer.
She's not a murderer. Natasha's mom didn't intentionally kill your child. She's my family member too. And stop using Derek as your bargaining chip. Sign it now.
I shouldn't have expected anything from you, but have you ever thought, what if it was Derek who got hurt?
Even if it was, I'd accept it, sign it. Or I'll make the hospital stop processing your dead child's death certificate procedures so he won't even make it to the morgue. Let his body rot then.
You bad guy.
Will you sign or not?
Fine. I'll sign. I hope when you realize it's Derek who's dead, you won't regret this.
Even now, you're still cursing Derek as his stepmother. You're truly vicious.
Mr. Sun, we've got the letter of understanding. I've sent you the photos. Now make it legally binding. Eleanor, your son is dead. You still have Derek. Just treat him as your own son and be nice to him. You can't bring a dead person back to life. Just move on.
I say this is karma. You lied to us about Derek being dead. It serves you right that your son got killed. You're so wicked, no wonder you have such a disobedient son. Maybe your son got my mom involved. What a punk, I say he should have died before he was born. He shouldn't have come into this world.
Eleanor, you're truly careless. You can't even take good care of your own son. If anything happens to Derek under your care, what am I supposed to do? From now on, Derek will be raised by his birth mother. You just need to cover the child support payments.
Better make those payments hefty. As his birth mother, I will definitely take better care of Derek than you do.
Please step aside.
Derek! Oh! Derek! Derek, he's Derek.
What, Derek? What nonsense are you spouting?
He's my son.
No way. It's Derek's teacher. Hello? Derek is with you, right? I'm sorry I'm not doubting you. I just miss my son. Could you take some photos of my son? I'll transfer the money to you after receiving the photos. Okay.
He is at the air show? Derek is still at the air show.
I knew it. It's impossible that Derek died. The teacher just called saying the air show got extended. We need to pay extra fees. I'll transfer the money right now.
So I got it wrong. Thank goodness Derek is still alive. Zachary, we almost got fooled by that wretched Eleanor.
Tomorrow at 10 a.m., I'll hold a memorial service for Derek at Fairlane on West Road. As his parents, I expect you not to be absent.
Eleanor, you're still lying. That wasn't Derek.
Zachary, even now you still refuse to face reality? If that's not Derek, then who is it?
Derek is perfectly fine now. It's your son Sebastian who died, isn't it? It serves you right.
I've said all I need to say. Your attendance is up to you.
You.
That wretch. I'll kill you.
Enough. Calm down. I'll make sure she leaves with nothing and ends up homeless. Once she falls into my hands, I'll make this wretch learn her lesson.
Ms. Sue, when did you get here? You didn't even inform us.
We heard your child didn't make it. If you'd told us earlier, we could have arranged the best Dr. Director Lin handle the emergency.
Would that have helped? He wouldn't even save his own son. Who could possibly persuade him?
Lou, he won't even listen to Ms. Sue. Are you more powerful than Ms. Sue?
How could that be? Mrs. Sue is the majority shareholder. Only Zachary thinks Ms. Sue is just a minority shareholder.
Ms. Sue, all these years Zachary has been abusing your authority to throw his weight around in the hospital. And now, at the critical moment, he didn't save him. In my opinion, we should fire him, kick him out, and blacklist him across the industry.
After all, he is Derek's father if he is willing to attend Derek's memorial service. I won't go too far. If he doesn't go, then don't blame me for what happens.
Ah, my dear grandson.
My dear grandson.
My dear grandson, I haven't spent enough time with you yet. How could you leave us so soon?
Dad, Mom, please take care of yourselves. Don't grieve too much.
Eleanor. Tell us who killed my grandson.
You should ask him yourselves when Zachary comes back.
Zachary, that bad guy, where is he? He didn't even attend his own son's funeral. Zachary, get back now.
Dad, let me explain. You've all been fooled by that wretched Eleanor.
Get back now.
Fine, I'll go expose that wretch now. Wait for me. That wretched Eleanor actually held a funeral for Derek. She even tricked my parents and all our relatives.
Does she really want our son to die so badly? Even now, she's still wishing death on Derek.
I won't let her off. What are you all doing? Stop it! Stop it! Go ahead, then. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
What do you want?
Not doing it anymore, huh?
What's wrong with you?
You bad guy. What are you doing?
Dad, you've all been deceived by this wretch, Eleanor. Derek isn't dead at all.
Is Zachary telling the truth?
He is the hospital director among us. Zachary is the most accomplished. It must be true.
What? We've been deceived?
Even now, you still keep spouting nonsense here? Derek is your own son. Do you really want him to have no peace even after death?
Dad, I am the hospital director. The entire hospital follows my directives. How can I not know who died?
Zachary, I know this is hard to accept, but Derek is truly gone. Your father and I handled the cremation paperwork.
Mom, it's all Eleanor's doing. She hired someone to impersonate Derek. I almost fell for it at the hospital that day. You've all been deceived.
Madam Derek is currently at the air show held at my relative's kindergarten. I'm his birth mother. How can I not know?
How dare you say that? You claim to be his birth mother, but all you've done is to extort Zachary. How many times have you cared for Derek? And you, Zachary, let me make this clear. I only recognize Eleanor as my daughter-in-law.
Eleanor, you wretch, this is all your fault. Tell us why you faked Derek's death. Were you trying to transfer the money I left for him into your own account?
Zachary, you're insane.
Stop pretending I'll kill you.
What are you doing?
Zachary! How could you treat Eleanor like this? She stood by you all these years and raised your child. You can't do this to her.
Mom, Dad, you've all been fooled by this wretch. The one involved in the parking lot incident was her son. She even lied to me, saying it was Derek. Thankfully, I didn't perform the surgery on her son.
What?
The doctor who didn't save Derek was you.
No, Mom, Derek didn't die. It was Eleanor's son, Sebastian.
Exactly. And Zachary went to save my mom. Although my mom caused the explosion, she's still Derek's grandma. If Derek lost his grandma, how heartbroken he'd be. Thank goodness it's Eleanor's son who died.
How coincidental.
Right? Who could have imagined a grandmother killed her own grandson?
Your mother killed my grandson.
Madam, Derek didn't die. It was Eleanor's son.
You wretch. You killed my grandson. How dare you stay here? I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Mind your own business.
Mom!
Don't stop me. My grandson. My dear grandson. Ah! Eleanor, why didn't you tell me? It was these two bad guys who killed my grandson. I shouldn't have let them come here.
Mom, I was afraid you couldn't handle it. And it'd ruin your health.
You wretch. So it's you sowing discord. Fine, I'll now have the hospital send the death certificate and show you it's Sebastian who died, not Derek. See for yourselves. I call the shots in the entire hospital. The death certificate will be here any minute. You wretch, you made my parents so angry. I won't let you off. Dad! Eleanor, you have driven my dad crazy.
Zachary, you bad guy.
Dad.
What a shame.
Zachary is the most accomplished among us. How could he be so addled now?
Oh my goodness, you've completely ruined the hospital's reputation.
Zachary, I can't stand watching this anymore. Look how you've upset your parents. It was your refusal to save Derek that killed him.
Nonsense. Anyone who claims my son is dead will face my wrath. It's Sebastian who's dead. My son is perfectly fine now.
What a disgrace to the family. A disgrace to the family.
Zachary, snap out of it.
Shut up! If you didn't spread rumors about Derek's death, would they have ended up like this? Eleanor, you only have one way out today. Transfer all your assets to Derek and leave with nothing.
So from the very beginning, all you cared about was my money.
What did you expect? Did you think Zachary truly loved you? All the time he's only loved me.
Natasha is prettier and younger than you. She even gave me a son. What do you have besides some money? What makes you better than her? Sign this transfer agreement.
Zachary, Derek is already dead. Signing it won't change anything.
Nonsense. It's your son who died. Your son, Sebastian. My son is doing well now. You even placed that kid's ashes there as if they were Derek's. I'll smash it and make his soul scatter.
Don't smash it.
You bad guy. Put it down. Don't smash it.
Don't smash it.
Zachary, I'm with you.
You'll regret this.
Stop.
Fine. You're even protecting Sebastian's ashes? All right. I'll smash it.
No.
No! My dear grandson, how could you have such a father? He won't even let you rest in peace. My dear grandson.
Derek. I am so sorry. I didn't protect you well.
Eleanor, this is the price you pay for spreading rumors about Derek's death. I ruined your son's ashes. What can you do about it?
Zachary. Sebastian didn't die. Derek died. You'll regret this.
Even now, you're still pretending. And still claiming Sebastian's alive. Then make him show up, make him show up.
Mom. Mom. Mom.
Sebastian?
Dad?
No, no. This can't be.
Be good, go rest in my car.
All right.
Go now.
It's fake. Stop right there.
Must you torment a child?
Wasn't Sebastian killed in the explosion? Tell me who's this.
Zachary. Derek died in the explosion. And you just ruined his ashes.
Shut up. You are Derek's grandfather. Why would you collaborate with the wretch Eleanor to deceive me? And you kept spouting curses about my son's death. I disown you as my father.
You killed my grandson. I disown you as my son. Let everyone bear witness. Starting today, I sever all ties with Zachary.
Well, Uncle, calm down. He's still your son.
Exactly. Zachary is so capable. He's the director of the hospital. I heard he earns over $1 million yearly. Please reconsider.
Right. Think it over.
Right? Think it over.
Right? I'm the director. Eleanor, you're just a minority shareholder. How dare you use Derek's death to fool me? Fine, once Sebastian's death certificate is here, I'll contact the other shareholders and remove you from the board.
Zachary. Shareholders of the hospital have wanted to fire you for a long time, but I still wanted to give you one last chance since you don't appreciate it. Get ready to be kicked out.
Zachary's getting fired?
You're lying. Who dares to fire me? Eleanor once the death certificate arrives. I'll start dealing with you.
Director Lin. Here's the death certificate you wanted.
You are just in time. Everyone watch carefully. This is Sebastian's death certificate. I told you it was Sebastian who died. My son is still alive. Speak up. Why are you silent? You are mute? Didn't I tell you it was Sebastian who died?
Zachary, see for yourself.
What?
How is this possible?
Explain? Are you sure you didn't make a mistake? Or did you fabricate this?
Director Lin, I'd never dare. Only one child died at the hospital yesterday. It was him.
This can't be. My son is clearly alive. Look. My son is attending the air show. He's obviously alive. There's video. Here's the video. Look. Are you sure you didn't make a mistake?
Director Lin, this photo shows Derek, right?
I told you so. My son is still alive.
You two? Are you telling the truth? But Derek is already...
Shut up. Derek is still alive.
Sir, Derek is indeed dead. Exactly. The person in this photo is indeed Derek, but it's been fabricated using AI technology.
What?
You've truly been deceived. I've seen recent news reports frequently mentioning multiple cases in the city where AI-generated photos were used to commit fraud. The kindergarten that contacted you has now been proven to not exist at all. Sir, it's just a fake company.
So, Derek is really dead?
Sir, look.
No, absolutely impossible. Tell me, are you all lying to me? How is this possible? Are you lying to me? Speak.
Sir, you need to accept this reality.
No. Dad, they are lying to me, right?
Get lost.
Mom, you've always been good to me, right? Tell me Derek isn't dead. They're all lying to me. Derek is doing well, isn't he?
Zachary. Derek is already dead. Wake up! Wake up!
No, impossible. How could he die? He is perfectly fine. Eleanor, did you hide Derek? It should have been your son who died. Derek should still be alive.
Zachary, come to your senses. Look, Derek died. And you even ruined his ashes.
I'll smash it and make his soul scatter. I'm smashing it anyway. Derek! I didn't know it was you. Derek! Don't worry. I'll put it together now. I'll put it together, Derek.
Derek? Derek? I am so sorry, Derek. I was wrong. Zachary, why are you looking at me? I'm also heartbroken about Derek's death.
You wretch. You got my son killed. I'll kill you.
Zachary, let go of me.
This is all your fault. You sent my son to that fraudulent kindergarten. Otherwise, he wouldn't have died. I'll kill you and let you pay with your life.
You maniac. How dare you blame me? When you took Derek to the kindergarten, why didn't you go in and check? If it weren't for your carelessness, would he have had nowhere to go wandering around the parking lot and getting blown up?
It's all because of you, Vixen. You forced me to rush to meet you at the hotel. And your darn mother? I'll kill you first. And then I'll drag her down to accompany my son. Go to hell.
Zachary! Murder is a crime. Do you want to go to jail?
Mom, she killed my son. I want to take revenge on her.
You want to take revenge? We can sue her. Killing someone will get you sentenced. You'll be executed. Your darn mother is the culprit. We need to sue her. Let the court execute her.
You want my mom to die? No way.
Why not? A life for a life. We'll make sure she goes to jail.
Eleanor already signed the letter of understanding. You can't sue her.
Why?
Is this true?
I signed it.
Why? Why would you sign the letter of understanding to help that wretch's mother? She caused Derek's death.
Why? You should ask him.
Don't ask me.
Why wouldn't I? Are you really going to let Derek die without a proper explanation?
Zachary, even now you're still protecting that wretch.
I don't want to. If I had known sooner,
You bad guy, tell me what happened.
He's too ashamed to say it, so let me tell you. Zachary, since you did it then, don't think about hiding it. He forced me to sign the letter of understanding.
What?
I thought. It wasn't Derek.
Exactly. You thought it was Sebastian who died, and it had nothing to do with you. So you forced me to sign the letter. And threatened me if I didn't sign it. You'd let the child's body rot in the hospital.
You bad guy. You're such a wretch.
Oh, Zachary, why would you stir up trouble when everything was fine? Now look, you can't even keep your position.
What a shame from now on no hospital would want him.
Zachary, I've finally seen through you completely. You're nothing but a shameless guy. Let's get divorced.
No way. Eleanor, you can't divorce me.
Why? First, you caused Derek's death. Then you forced me to sign the letter of understanding. Now you've ruined Derek's funeral. There's no reason for us to stay together anymore.
Eleanor, I thought you'd been lying to me the whole time. It was all a misunderstanding, Eleanor, after all these years together. How can you have no feelings for me at all?
Feelings for you? You just said the one you truly love has always been Natasha, not me.
Eleanor, I was lying to her. If she hadn't given birth to Derek, I wouldn't have given that wretch a second glance. Don't worry, I'll cut ties with her now. Get moving.
Let me go, Zachary.
Move.
Let go of me.
Get lost. Don't show up in front of me again.
Zachary. You heartless guy. You promised to marry me.
You killed my son, I should have killed you. How dare you ask me to marry you? And your darn mother. I'll tell the police you tricked me into signing that letter. I'll have that agreement revoked and make your mother pay with her life.
No. Zachary, we've been together for years.
Get lost.
Zachary. Zachary. I'll make you regret this.
Eleanor, look, I've already kicked Natasha out. I'll never contact her again. Promise me you won't divorce me, all right?
Eleanor, give him another chance. Your dad and I will keep an eye on this scoundrel. If he ever mistreats you again, I'll make sure he pays for it.
That's right, Eleanor. Even if you won't think of yourself, at least think about Sebastian. Do you want him to grow up without a father? Now that Derek is gone, I swear I'll treat Sebastian as my biological son. I'm counting on him for taking of me.
Zachary, do you think I don't know you're only staying married to me for the money? Do you really think I don't know how much of my money you've been transferred all these years? Divorce alone isn't enough. I'll make you pay back every penny with interest. Are you telling the truth?
Definitely, if I'm lying, may lightning strike me dead.
To be fair, Zachary is also a victim. Eleanor, why don't you agree to his request?
Exactly. You've been married for so many years. Don't let mere misunderstanding ruin your marriage.
Right. We will keep him in check. If he ever pulls any underhanded schemes again, we'll break his legs.
Yes, right, we'll testify.
Yeah, we'll testify.
We'll keep an eye on him.
All right. Since you've reformed, I'll give you another chance. No divorce.
That's great, honey. I knew it. You still care about me deep down, right?
Isn't this how it should be?
When couples fight, they make up before the night ends. Oh, come on. Just focus on living a good life together from now on, agreed?
Exactly, that's right.
Zachary, from now on, you must live a good life with Eleanor. If you mess up again, I won't forgive you.
I understand, Mom. Eleanor, oh honey, I promise from now on I'll be a good husband. I won't hurt you anymore.
I don't care about that. My grandson's death won't be in vain. Withdraw the letter of understanding. That wretch will face trial.
All right, I'll go now.
Honey, I'll go with you.
No, don't bother. I'll handle this myself. Stay with Dad and Mom and take care of Derek's funeral. Natasha, what did you mean about being pregnant?
What else could it mean? The literal meaning. I'm pregnant.
What? Well, this is... It's my child?
Whose else could it be? You are the only man I've had, if not yours, then whose is it?
But I have necrospermia. How's this possible?
Fine. Since you don't acknowledge the child, I'll get an abortion.
Natasha, don't get me wrong. I'm just overwhelmed. I do trust you. Natasha, you must keep this baby.
Why should I?
I...
Zachary, I've seen through you. I gave you Derek and stayed with you for 5 years, yet I'm still just a mistress. All those promises you made were just lies to keep me happy. Now that you're bored and you want to ditch me, I'll go right now to abort the baby. Give me a settlement and we'll go our separate ways.
Hey, no. Natasha? Natasha E. I swear to heaven I've never lied to you, not even once.
Zachary, do you take me for a fool? You just kicked me out. Now that you know I'm carrying your baby, you're suddenly nice to me. I think you only care about the baby instead of me. You never planned to marry me.
That's not it, Natasha. Natasha. I truly haven't lied to you, Natasha. Natasha, don't you remember? We agreed I'd first transfer Eleanor's assets over to us, and then we'd get married. Did you forget that? Oh, just now I was just trying to gain Eleanor's trust. I just put on an act, Natasha. Natasha.
Are you telling the truth?
Definitely, I swear. Natasha, if you don't trust me, at least trust our baby. After the baby's born, I'll transfer all the assets to the baby.
No, I won't wait that long. Before the baby is born, you must swindle and transfer Eleanor's assets over to me. Otherwise, even if the child is born, I won't let you meet him.
Natasha, how can you be so heartless? I'm the baby's father. How can you deprive my right to see my own child?
Were you any less heartless when you kicked me out? Besides, you've never actually taken me to register our marriage. We're not even legally married. If I want, you'll never see this baby. So, have you made up your mind? Don't you dare. Eleanor holds shares in this hospital. It's also because of her that you became the director, right?
Nonsense. I am. The most skilled doctor in all of Ocean City. Even without Eleanor, I could still become the director. Do you understand?
But she's the owner. If you get divorced, you'll definitely get fired.
Seems you still don't get it. It's because of me that this hospital ranks first in Ocean City. Who dares fire me? If they fire me, this hospital will shut down right away. As for me, wherever I go, people will beg me to be the director. This is my capability. It has nothing to do with Eleanor.
Really?
Baby, when have I ever lied to you? Even if you let the other shareholders choose now, they'll definitely keep me and kick Eleanor out. When that happens, I'll take Eleanor's shares and give them to you as our wedding gift.
Fine. I'll trust you one more time.
Don't worry, I've already made arrangements today. I'll kick Eleanor out of the board of directors. Board members, I will hold board meeting today.
Director Lin, is this meeting really necessary? You're not even a board member. How can you hold a board meeting? Just report any matters.
Mr. Wang, I'm not one now, but I will soon be.
What are you implying?
My wife, Eleanor, has been too grief-stricken after our child's death to manage the hospital properly. Therefore, She's decided to transfer all her shares of the hospital to me.
What?
That's a major decision. Why didn't Miss Sue inform us?
Eleanor is my wife. She's closer to me. Naturally, she told me first.
This hospital relies entirely on Ms. Sue's connections with pharmaceutical companies to maintain profitability. They only recognize Ms. Sue's authority. If she withdraws, how is the hospital supposed to make profit?
Don't tell me. She's authorized those connections to you?
Exactly. In 2 days, I'll hold a share transfer ceremony. At that time, you board members just need to attend and witness the proceedings. What do you say?
Not good.
We've worked with Miss Sue for many years. We trust her integrity. An abrupt replacement makes us uneasy.
Wait, Mr. Sun. With my medical expertise, I can secure lower-priced medications to increase the profits.
There's no need to change procurement channels. The hospital has signed multiple major checkup contracts. If medication supplies fail in 3 days, causing contract breaches, the hospital will face greater losses.
But transferring shares is Eleanor's own decision. Are you seriously trying to make her come back by force?
You.
Rest assured. As being a director these years, I maintain close relationships with multiple pharmaceutical companies. I guarantee, even without Eleanor's connections, medication supplies in 3 days won't be an issue.
Since this is Ms. Sue's will, we'll proceed accordingly.
Then I'll expect everyone at the share transfer ceremony in 3 days.
Chandler?
The company reported Zachary canceled the medication procurement partnership.
Seems he is hell-bent on forcing me out.
That bad guy is planning to hold the share transfer ceremony, clearly trying to unite shareholders and doctors to oust you in his dreams.
Don't worry, Chandler. As long as I refuse, no one can force me to sign and transfer my shares.
I'm just furious that ungrateful wretch, if it weren't for your support, he'd never have become even a attending physician, less a department head, let alone the hospital director. Eleanor, let me be straight with you. Do you still want to live with someone like him?
Don't worry, Chandler. I've seen through him completely. I've already contacted a lawyer, and I'm filing for divorce.
Great. Zachary has been flattered so much by those hospital representatives he thinks these sycophants are courting him. But in reality, they just want to work with our Sue group.
The hospital needs a massive medication supply in 3 days. Zachary abruptly canceled the procurement contract with your company. No one can supply him with that quantity in 3 days.
If he offered higher prices. Suppliers might make emergency deliveries, but he's pushing for lower prices instead. Let's see who'll supply him now.
Maybe he wants to prove himself. To the shareholders.
He'll probably fall flat on his face. I can't wait to see him dig his own grave.
Congratulations, Mr. Lin.
Great.
Congratulations, Mr. Lin.
All right.
Congratulations, Director Lin. Oh no, you're the chairman now.
Let's prosper together.
To prosperity.
Congratulations, Mr. Lin. We'll need your support.
No problem. Honey, you're here.
Zachary, what's going on here? How come I don't know I'm transferring the shares to you?
Come on. Honey, I'm just trying to share some of your burden. Besides, this was a unanimous decision made by all the shareholders. Even if I wanted to refuse, there's nothing I could do.
Really?
Yeah.
They're not very obedient, are they?
Of course it's true, but don't worry. As long as you transfer the shares to me. I'll deal with them in your place.
Don't bother. I'll deal with the shareholders myself. As for the share transfer, let's put it on hold.
Honey, this will affect company operations. I suggest you to reconsider this. Don't act impulsively. The hospital's contract with Sue's Pharma has already been suspended. If you don't transfer the shares to me, who will cover the hospital's losses from the medication shortage in 3 days?
Are you threatening me?
Of course not. I just hope you'll think this through. Well, Eleanor, will you sign or not?
It seems I have no choice but to transfer my shares.
I've been considering your best interests. Well, if the hospital goes bankrupt, your shares will become worthless paper and you will drown in debt.
For my best interests.
All the shareholders are on my side now. The doctors support me too. You've already lost, just sign the documents. That's your only option.
Zachary, are you really that confident? They're all supporting you?
Mr. Wang, the medication for physical examination hasn't arrived yet. Our hospital will default by tomorrow.
What's going on? Didn't Zachary promise he could secure the medication?
We're out of time. Contact Sue's Pharma, now have them provide emergency supplies.
But Seuss Pharma has already explicitly stated they refuse to supply Director Lin.
What? Where's Zachary now?
He's currently at the share transfer ceremony.
How can he prioritize that at a time like this?
Let's go there. If anything happens to this batch of medication, I'll skin him alive.
Eleanor, stop dawdling. You have no other choice today.
Zachary, you've really schemed well. I'm quite curious. At Derek's funeral, you promised to do right by me. When exactly did you start plotting this?
Eleanor. If not for Natasha, I might have resigned to fate, but heaven favors me. Natasha's pregnant with my child again. Your hospital shares will be my wedding gift. To her.
Eleanor. Eleanor. Never thought we'd meet again, huh? And your shares will soon be mine.
So that's why you changed your mind. You've colluded again, but you're too optimistic, I said. Not just the shareholders, but also the doctors will oppose you. You'll not only lose the shares, but also become discredited.
Discredited? In your dreams.
Zachary, I recognized your potential and promoted you from a mere attending physician to the hospital director. Yet you betrayed me. You bit the hand that fed you. After kicking you out, I want to know which hospital will dare hire an ungrateful wretch like you.
Nonsense. Do I need your promotion? Everything I have now is through my own hard work and talent. The hospital became the top medical institution precisely because of me. I'm the lifeblood of this hospital. Without me, it'd shut down overnight. That's why I deserve those shares.
But what I keep hearing are doctors complaining about you nonstop. The shareholders lost faith in you long ago. If I hadn't kept them in check, they'd have fired you long ago.
Nonsense. Zachary is the most skilled doctor there. If he resigns, all other doctors will leave with him and the hospital would shut down.
Exactly. All doctors in this hospital respect me. Fine, if someone must leave. Will you choose me, the respected director, or Eleanor, that minority shareholder who barely shows up?
I'll choose Director Lin.
See, Eleanor? The doctors stand with me. Shareholders support me too. How can you challenge me? Today you'll sign and get lost.
Who said we support you? Who said we support you? Who said we support you?
Mr. Wang. Mr. Wang.
Zachary, where's the medication? Didn't you guarantee it would arrive today?
The medication. Please don't panic. I'll contact them now. Mr. Zhang? Why haven't the medication arrived yet? Didn't I specify today as the deadline?
Director Lin, we sincerely apologize. The quantity you need is too large and the deadline is too tight. We genuinely can't fulfill this order. Maybe try other suppliers?
You? Mr. Sun? Didn't you said you had discounted medications in large quantities? I'll take everything. Can you deliver them all today? Triple the price?
You're profiteering from the crisis.
Take it or leave it.
You. Wait, please wait. Mr. Keen, about that medication in your warehouse? What, not ours?
Right, those belong to Sue's Pharma. We're just distribution agents. Please contact Sue's Pharma directly.
Where's the medication?
Medication? Wait a moment, Mr. Wang. I'm making the calls now. Mr. Wang, how about giving me 3 more days? I'll definitely secure the medication.
Give you 3 days? Who will give me 3 days? Our partners need it tomorrow. Without medication, our hospital will default on $2 billion. Will you pay this amount?
Mr. Wang, can we discuss it again?
Mr. Wang will definitely get it.
Yes, absolutely.
Get lost. Ms. Su, I finally meet you.
I heard you're joining Zachary to force me out. And make me give up my shares?
How could that be? We were deceived by Zachary.
Miss Sue, only you can fix this mess now. You're a shareholder too. You can't just stand by.
Since Zachary dares covet your shares, let's hold a board meeting and vote to fire him.
You dare? Let's see who dares fire me. The hospital will shut down right away. Who among you dares? Eleanor. I know you can't stand me, so what? All the doctors are on my side. Try to fire me, and we'll be done for together.
Zachary, you are overthinking it. You're not that crucial to this hospital.
Bluffing completely pointless, Eleanor. I know this time I didn't get your shares, but as long as I'm here, I'll keep watching on your shares I'll get. Them eventually.
That's right, your shares will eventually be mine.
Too bad. You won't live to see that day.
Eleanor, how dare you?
Don't worry, Director Lin. We're all with you.
Director Lin? If you leave, we quit too. Director Lin! Director Lin!
Director Lin! Director Lin!
Eleanor, take back this document and I'll pretend nothing happened. Otherwise...
Otherwise what? Just fire them. I support Mrs. Su's decision.
I agree too.
What a rabble. I've had enough of you all. Even if you guys don't resign today, I'll fire you anyway.
Mr. Wang, do you dare to oppose all of us doctors?
Mr. Wang seems genuinely furious.
What should we do?
The hospital has such nice working environment. I don't want to get fired.
What's there to fear? He's just trying to scare you. If we leave, tomorrow's checkups won't be conducted and the hospital will still pay breach penalties.
Right. If you let him intimidate you now and Zachary leaves the hospital, no one will stand up for you. You'll just wait to be dealt with by these board members.
Exactly.
I support Director Lin.
We support Director Lin.
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 You.
Mr. Wang, I created the mess. I'll handle it myself. Zachary, seems you've been scheming all along. Failing to trick me out of my shares, you resort to forced takeover now.
I'm just reclaiming what's rightfully mine. The hospital became Ocean City's top one entirely through my medical skills. Who else in this hospital has better medical skills than me?
Zachary, do you know what they call inferior ones drives out superior ones?
What do you mean? Are you saying I'm the inferior one?
Isn't that the case? Before there were plenty of doctors more skilled than you. Didn't you use my name to push them all out?
How do you?
How do I know? I don't come to the hospital often because I have more important matters to handle. That doesn't mean I'm blind.
So, what if I did? When those people went to other hospitals, did you see them bringing any benefits to those hospitals? But I turned our hospital into Ocean City's top one. Doesn't that prove my capabilities? Eleanor, be smart and sign this now. Otherwise, you'll face unbearable losses. Eleanor, you.
How dare you?
Eleanor, aren't you afraid this hospital will go bankrupt if I leave?
It'll go bankrupt if you leave? Zachary, you're really good at bragging. The hospital didn't become Ocean City's top one because of you. It's due to the support of Sue's Pharma behind it. Understand?
Mrs. Su is right. With the support of Sue's Pharma, even a useless guy can become the director and make the hospital thrive.
You?
Who do you think you are, Zachary?
You? The lifeblood? You're just the hospital's dead weight. If not for your jealousy of talent and driving away so many good doctors, the hospital would be much greater than it is.
And among those people, anyone in the hospital who threatened your position or challenged your authority has been driven away by you. Instead, you kept sycophants and those who are bad at actual medical work.
All these people have to be fired.
You don't dare.
Don't dare? Zachary, let me tell you the truth. The board has wanted to fire you for ages. It's Ms. Sue who's been defending you out of your marital bond, yet you repay kindness with betrayal by coveting her shares.
So what? Even if you look down on us, you can't live without us doctors. If we strike, you'll default tomorrow. What's your choice? Will you give us shares? Or choose bankruptcy?
Zachary, your well-laid plans are about to crumble. You won't get the shares and the hospital won't go bankrupt.
Eleanor, where did you find so many doctors?
Is it difficult for me to temporarily transfer doctors? As long as Sue's Pharma gives the word, hospitals would line up to cooperate.
You. Fine. Very well, Eleanor. I admit you're impressive. But with my medical expertise, even if I leave this hospital, I can still be capable out there if I join any hospital. I might not be the director, but the department head will be easy for me.
Zachary, maybe your skills are as exceptional as you claim, but no hospital will want you. Zachary, satisfied now?
Zachary, did you really?
Fake. Fake it must be fake. Fake. Eleanor, did you fabricate this news? Are you smearing my reputation? Are you deliberately tarnishing me? Was it you?
If you don't want others to know, don't do it in the first place. Zachary, you think covering it up means it never happened? Let's see. Which hospital would dare hire someone with academic scandals?
You. Haha.
Ah, Director Lynn's gone mad.
Well.
Oh no, what should we do?
Haha. Eleanor, you've schemed so hard trying to ruin me, but you forgot our divorce proceedings aren't finalized yet. Haha. When dividing assets, I can still claim a share of your money, but you'll never find out where I transferred the assets. Natasha and I could live comfortably without working for the rest of our lives. Move. Oh.
Haven't found evidence against Zachary for embezzling hospital funds and secretly transferring assets?
Ms. Sue, he's covered his tracks well, but we discovered Natasha was heavily involved.
Natasha. Contact Mr. Chen, now have him issue a letter to revoke the legal validity of the letter of understanding, urge prosecutors to continue prosecuting Natasha's mother for the crime of causing death due to hit-and-run accident.
Yes, Mrs. Sue.
What about the shares you promised?
Who knew that wretch Eleanor could be so wicked? She's been scheming against me all along.
I don't care. No shares, no marriage.
Don't panic. Though we didn't get them this time when we divorce, I'll still get my share of her assets. I will give them all to you.
That's more like it.
Hello. Hello, Natasha. I'm Eleanor's lawyer. We formally requested to revoke the legal validity of the letter of understanding. In 3 days, the prosecution will indict your mother, Michelle, according to the law. Given that she is comatose and incapacitated, you need to act as your mother's legal representative in court.
What now?
Zachary, do something. Eleanor. Eleanor said she was getting someone to sue my mom.
Isn't that perfect? Hey! Natasha, that wretch Eleanor has made me so furious. I can't think straight. Please don't get mad.
What should we do then? My mother is getting old. She can't actually go to jail, right?
Don't panic, Natasha. Right now, I'll take you to see a lawyer.
That's the situation. Please save my mom.
Mr. Wang, here's the deal. In my opinion, revoking the letter of understanding would be difficult, right?
Hard to say, plus, they hired the lawyer, Leonard. He's Ocean City's top criminal lawyer. Our chances of winning are slim. Moreover, Ms. Sun, your mother's case involves serious misconduct. This concerns major legal implications, and the victim was a child. It's possible this isn't just about imprisonment if Ms. Su insists on pressing charges. Your mother could face the death penalty.
What?
What? What should we do now? Mr. Wang, please save my mother.
There might be a way.
Natasha, let me go talk to Mr. Wang alone. Stay calm, I'll try slipping him some money. That should make him work harder to save your mom.
Okay, then give me a bit more.
Don't worry. Mr. Wangwell, let's talk outside. Come on. Mr. Wang, I'll make sure that old woman gets sentenced.
Dr. Lin, isn't she your mother-in-law?
Not at all. She killed my son. I'll make her pay with her life.
What about Ms. Sun?
Mr. Wang. Just help cover it up. Tell her you did your best. Even if we lose the case, no one can blame you.
But this will affect my case win rate.
Can't do it?
I mean, you gotta pay more.
Mr. Wang.
Ms. Sun, regarding your mother's case, I'll certainly do my best. However, Ms. Su has a formidable legal team. Plus, they've got legal precedent on their side. So our chances of winning are definitely slim. You should prepare yourself now.
Mr. Wang, we're counting on you.
Thank you.
Let's go, Natasha.
The letter of understanding has already been issued. How could they possibly revoke it? Making money has really gotten so much easier.
Mrs. Su,
How did it go?
the chances are slim. Once the letter of understanding is issued, it's extremely difficult to revoke.
I understand. What a pity about Derek.
Eleanor, I'm at your company's lobby. I need to talk to you.
Come on up. Take a seat. Leonard is the lawyer I hired. He's not an outsider.
Just say it. What will it take for you to spare my mother?
Derek is dead. As his biological parents, you two don't care. Yet as his stepmother, I can't even seek justice for him?
He's my son. Do you think I'm not devastated? But he's already gone. How could you let my mom pay with her life?
She is your mother, not mine. You think your plea will make me drop the lawsuit? Do you think that's possible?
You... Eleanor, I know what you want. Aren't you just trying to get revenge on me and Zachary? I'll give him back to you, all right?
You're willing to let him go?
As long as you let me and my mom go.
Even if you're willing. I wouldn't want such scum anyway.
Eleanor. I know he transferred your assets. I know where those assets went.
Not enough. I know Zachary also embezzled hospital funds. I need evidence.
How would I know about his embezzlement evidence?
Then leave.
You. Fine, I'll find it for you.
You're really willing to do it? If he gets sentenced, you'll lose your support.
None of your concern.
Mr. Chen,
Yes.
file the trial application. Anyway, we need to make it convincing. Otherwise, Natasha won't take the bait.
Understood.
Natasha, I heard your mother woke up.
Yeah. Zachary, I heard Eleanor dropped the lawsuit.
Huh?
What's wrong? Aren't you happy?
Great, of course I'm happy. I'm just puzzled, how could that wretch Eleanor be so kind? Is she still plotting something?
Maybe you hired a really good lawyer. And Eleanor got scared. Zachary, you should properly thank Mr. Wang.
I will.
Zachary, when will you go to court for your divorce case with Eleanor?
The day after tomorrow, Natasha. Take care of your mom first. I need to make a call.
Mom, where is our money? I need to get you discharged. We must leave the country now.
Natasha, Zachary saved me instead of living with him, you.
Mom, I faked a pregnancy report to trick Zachary into believing I'm pregnant with his child again. If he finds out, he'll never let me go.
Natasha. What's wrong, Natasha? Your mom isn't feeling well?
Nothing. She's just been here for too long. She's feeling cooped up. I want to get her discharged soon.
Oh, no problem. After I finish divorcing Eleanor, I'll come help.
Okay. You handle your things first.
What are you waiting for? Let's leave here and run away.
With his personality, even if we go abroad, he'll chase after us.
Then what should we do?
When dividing the assets, I can still claim a share of your assets. But you'll never find out where I transferred the assets.
Haven't found evidence against Zachary for embezzling hospital funds and secretly transferring assets?
Eleanor definitely won't let Zachary off. I need to give her more evidence to get him a longer sentence. Then we'll hide away and everything will be foolproof.
Eleanor, no matter how many schemes you devise, you'll still have to see me have a share of your assets.
Is that so? Then let's settle this in court.
All rise. Please maintain silence during the proceedings.
Court is now in session.
My client's relationship with the defendant has broken down. We request a divorce. The defendant committed adultery and fathered a child with another woman.
A divorce is acceptable. But I demand an equal division of marital property.
In reality, the defendant has secretly transferred substantial marital assets. During his tenure as hospital director, the defendant Zachary repeatedly embezzled large sums of hospital funds for stock trading and subsidizing his mistress. The total amount exceeds $5 million. Here is the evidence. Please review them.
Where did you get this?
Zachary, I'll say it again. If you don't want others to know, don't do it in the first place. Since you dared to act, you should have been ready to get exposed.
You...
Dr. Lin, you never mentioned this to me.
I'll pay extra. Just fix it for me.
This isn't about money.
Eleanor, that wretch is just bluffing. The evidence is fake. What are you scared of?
The evidence appears solid, but we can't ascertain its authenticity. Let's transfer it to the police for verification.
Wait, no, that's fake evidence. Don't believe that wretch Eleanor. It's all fake, Your Honor. It's all fake, Your Honor.
Ms. Sue, urgent update. Zachary escaped custody during the transfer at the airport. He found Natasha and her mother, who would flee abroad. He took Natasha hostage.
Did he know Natasha gave me the evidence?
Rumor says Natasha tricked Zachary by claiming she's pregnant again, making him do all sorts of dirty work. After realizing the deception, he kidnapped her.
Zachary's been recaptured?
Yes, and Natasha was pushed off a building by him. She's paralyzed from the fall.
Truly, evil gets its comeuppance.